Orego rego nyar kaswanga, yoro sembong, yore ida bogi. Orego rego nyar kaswanga, yoro sembong, yore ida bogi.
Once upon a time, Apo zamani za kale, Chon Gilala, deep in the jungles of Africa, deep inside Lake Victoria, in one of the many islands in Lake Victoria, two teenage boy and girl got married. Now, I know the story well about these two teenage boys and girls who got married because the two teenage boys and girls were my father and my mother. My mother told me this story a lot, so I can recall it with a great deal of precision. When the two teenagers got married, it wasn't long they were blessed with a child, a daughter. It wasn't long they were blessed with another child, a daughter. It wasn't long they were blessed with two sets of twins, two daughters. It wasn't long they had another child, a daughter, child number 6. It wasn't long they had another child, a daughter. 7 daughters, back to back to back to back to back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Nykwaramogi, if you grew up during my mother and my father's generation, there was a great deal of pressure to beget a son who would complete the family lineage, a son who would inherit the family name. So a great deal of pressure was mounted upon my father to beget a son or marry a second wife who would help my father beget a son. When the word got into my mother's ears, my mother prayed and prayed, and lo and behold, my mother had a son. You best believe there was a lot of celebrations, shangwe na vigelegele, when my mother begot a son, and they named him Omogi. Oh, when Omogi was born, with all the shangwe na vigelegele, Omogi was loved. My mother named him Omogi. Everybody loved Omogi. Everybody had a nickname for Omogi. They called him Omogi Bingwa. Bingwa in Swahili means champion. Yes, they nicknamed him out of birth a champion. They nicknamed him Omogi Omkate, the firstborn. Omogi Endala, the one and only. Needless to say, Omogi grew up knowing his birthright as soon as he came out. It wasn't long the couple were blessed with another child, a son. Yes, me right here. It wasn't long they were blessed with another child, Konkwo. And it wasn't long my father went on and had more sons and daughters. He had a son again. Kadogo was born, and then Kwakudua Osekoja Masasira was born, and then Obumborwath, and then Aizo, and 3 more daughters were born in between and somewhere along the lineage. Ladies and gentlemen, Omogi knew his birthplace in the family, but as for us other siblings, other boys who were growing up, we had to fight. We had to jostle, we had to push so we could carve our lineage in the family. My brothers, younger brothers and sisters, they'll tell you that I pushed them a lot. Yes, you could say a little bit of a bully, so I could keep them in their rightful place, which was stay behind me, kaa nyumba yangu. A lot of pushing and shoving. But meanwhile, my sisters, all the sisters, they were doing great in school. But for the boys, we were struggling. We were having a lot of fight in between us. I remember one day I was bullying my brother. I don't know, I can't recall what I did. But my younger brother, Konko, he just, I must have riled him so badly. He picked up a can that was filled with dirt and he smacked me on my head, right, nearly cracking my skull. And there I was bleeding profusely from my skull. Oh, as soon as I was standing there trying to put pressure and getting woozy, guess who shows up? My father that evening. He shows up right at that time from work. And guess who was in a whole lot of trouble? Yes. My brother Konko was in a deep trouble. I was taken to the hospital, brought back in the evening with stitches and bandages in my head. My father, he sat us down and said,
"Sons, I don't like when my children fight. I don't like when you fight. A city divided against itself cannot stand. I can't stand when I see my children fighting,"
said my father. He cracked open the Bible. He cracked open Ellen G. White books. And he quoted the scripture to us, Psalms 133, verse 1. "Behold, how beautiful and how pleasant it is when brethren dwell together in unity. For there in their midst," said my father, "the Lord commandeth our blessings." He said, Amos chapter 3, verses 3. "Can two walk together unless they all agreed? Can two walk unless they all agreed?" said my father. He opened the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 12.
"A cord of three is not easily broken,"
said my father.
"though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of three is not easily broken." Sons, I want you to stick together like two peas in a pod.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Nikwaramogi, most of those long lectures went through one ear and through the other ear. And the jostling and the pushing and the shoving and finding position continued. When I was puberty, adolescence, about 13 going on 14, I was going to sit for a national exam, Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, and a nationwide exam. If you passed well, then you'd go to a national school. And so my father told my brothers, "Your brother is going to sit for national exam. After school, let him read in the living room. Do not disturb him." And so after school every evening, I would go to the living room and lock myself, open my book, and turn on the TV. My brothers were outside the living room wanting to come inside and watch TV. But they knew the clear instruction was, "Do not disturb your brother. He's studying for a very important exam. Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, KCPE. We want your brother to get into the best national school." And so I opened the TV, turn on the TV with my books. And my brothers, they'd peek through the window and say, "Hey, we want to watch TV too." I said,
"You know the instructions. Dad said I'm studying for national exams. Do not come in here."
They kept knocking. Let's just say they got tired of my shenanigans. They wanted to watch TV, but I kept them outside of the living room. One day, as I was watching TV and reading, my brothers, they came and said, "We want to watch TV too." I said, "I'm not watching TV." I lowered the volume. And they looked through the keyhole and they said, "We can see you're watching TV in there." Boys and girls in Kwaramoni, can I tell you a story? They busted through the door. I didn't know that my younger brothers were planning a coup. Yes, they were planning to overthrow me on this particular day. I don't know who was running this coup, but they busted through the door and came into the living room. I jumped up and I turned off the TV. And they went, turned on the TV. I turned it off. They went, turned it on. I turned it off. I said, I am studying for a national exam. Turned it off. They went, turned it on. Off. On. Off. On. Off. On. Off. Off. On. Needless to say, before you knew it, I was holding the knob of our Samsung black and white TV in my hand. Oh, someone was going to be in a whole heap of trouble. I told my brothers, you see what you did? This is what you guys have done. I am telling Father that you bothered me while I was studying, and you are responsible for breaking the knob of Dad's Samsung TV. I took the knob, threw it outside the window, just for dramatic effect. Oh, pushing, shoving, or fighting, topsy-turvy in the living room. Boom, pow, boom, pow, all over. We turned the living room upside down. While we were turning the living room upside down, fate has a way. My father walks in.
No, God, please, no!
My father, occasionally, he would not come home straight from work. But on this day, old man walks in while we broke his TV and we are tearing the living room apart. He walks in, sits down, and commands us, each go and get a switch. Behind our house was a tree called Msemakweli. We went and we each got a switch. Me and my 5 brothers, we came back and we were standing in line, each holding a switch in his hand, waiting for justice to be descended upon us. Each waiting to take his turn so our father could spank us. And my father, he sat down in his usual chair and he told us,
Each break the stick in your hand.
and we looked at him. We looked at each other. We looked at him again. Looked at each other. We didn't know how to take those instructions. He said again,
Break the stick in your hand.
we looked at him. We looked at each other. And not a single soul moved. He bellowed back,
Break the stick in your hand.
and we were petrified. In silence, we looked at each other. No one was moving.
Break the stick in your hand.
Repeated my father. I was shaking at this time. I turned around and I broke the stick. Twatch! And closed my eyes and waited for my father to pounce upon me, but he did not pounce upon me. When my brothers saw that I'd broken the stick and I wasn't dead yet, they each started to break their sticks. Twap, 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 twap. And there we are, standing in front of our father, frozen with broken sticks in our hands. And my father said, go back outside, each one of you, and get another switch. Leave the broken sticks here. We dropped our sticks. This time we didn't know how to follow the instructions, but nevertheless our legs carried us out of the living room, back to the tree in Msemakweli, and we broke more switches and came back into the living room, each standing with a fresh twig switch in their hands. And my father said,
Pass the sticks on to your brother.
They passed the sticks up, and I was standing with 5 sticks in my hand. At this time, we didn't know what he was trying to do. My father said,
"Hold the sticks together. All the sticks in a bundle. Break the sticks in a bundle." All the sticks in a bundle. Break the sticks in a bundle.
and I tried to break the bundle of sticks, but I could not break the bundle of sticks. "Break the bundle of sticks," said my father. I tried, but I could not break. He said, "Pass the bundle of sticks to your brother." And I passed it on to my younger brother. He told him the same instruction: break the bundle. My brother tried to break the bundle of sticks, but he could not break the bundle of sticks. "I'll pass it on to your brother." My younger brothers, they tried to break the bundle of sticks, but they could not break the bundle of sticks. Until the last one, who tried but could not break the bundle of sticks. And then my father said, "My sons, get this and get it today. One stick is easy to break. A bundle of stick is not easy to break. Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable," said my father. Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable. A city divided against itself cannot stand. Sons, if you don't get this, you will never get anything in life. You see, if you cross the river in a crowd, the crocodile will not bite you, said my father. And that is an African saying. A single bracelet does not jingle. You need more bracelets in order for the bracelets to jingle. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. A single stick may smoke, but it will not burn. Unity is strength. Division is weakness. Sons, get it. A single stick is easy to break, but a bundle of stick is unbreakable, said our father. From that day, I think we sort of got it. Cherish your brothers and your sisters. Nurture those relationships. Charity starts right at home. Nurture them. Water those relationships with your siblings. Don't take one another for granted. And from that day on, all the jostling and the pushing and the shoving ceased, because I got it in my head. If I bully my brothers and my sisters, chances are, if they crack my head today, what knows what they might do tomorrow? A brother angered is not easily won. It is easy to win a city than to win a brother or a sister that you have angered. Blood is thicker than water, and charity starts at home. A bundle of sticks is not easy to break. And so that is one of the many lessons that I learned from my father and my brothers and my sisters. The girls, they went on and did great. The boys too, we kept up the pace to be like our older sisters a lot. And needless to say, we tried our best to stay together as much as we can. And that is why I'm sharing this story. So wherever you are, remember, nurture those relationships and esteem one another. Always look high up to one another. And from Fishmonger Stories, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for those who have subscribed, liked, and sharing the videos. Until I see you again, God bless. Katonda akusereke firmilenge. Thank you very much.
Orego rego nyar kaswanga, yoro sembong, yora ida bogi. Orego rego nyar kaswanga, yoro sembong, yora ida bogi.
Bye.
Bayeti,
Bayeti,
Bayeti Nkosi, Bayeti, King of Kings, Bayeti, Bayeti Nkosi, Bayeti Nkosi is King of Kings.
who
Can match your greatness,
who
can know your power, who can search your riches, who can deny you a crown, Lord of all.